Let me show you two different agents, same production, same market, 5 years later, completely different financial position, and here is why. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have agent A at Real Broker using Real's model, and then we're gonna have agent B using a traditional brokerage model, and we're gonna watch what happens over a 5-year span in terms of how much income is being generated. All right, so let's start with the split. Agent A at Real is on an 85-15. That means 85 goes to the agent, 15% goes to Real Broker. Agent B is on an 80-20. 80% goes to the agent, 20% is going to their brokerage. At Real, the split is only $12,000 for a full cap agent. If you are on a team, it's only $6,000. Now, at the traditional model, you have a cap of $20,000, okay? And then if you are a team member, you're at $10,000. Agent B is paying desk and monthly dues. That equates to about $150 a month. Agent A at Real has no monthly fees. Agent A at Real Broker pays $750 in transaction fees for the entire year, and that is broken up $250 over the first 3 deals that you only pay if you close deals. At traditional model, Agent B is paying $500 every time he closes a deal. So we're using 20 deals per agent per year, and we're gonna use an average commission of $10,000. Agent A is gonna cap only after about 8 deals. After 8 deals, you will have paid the $12,000. That $12,000 that Real gets, at that point you will have made $68,000. Okay, that's 8 deals. Now, the remaining deals out of the 8, that means there's 12 more deals. So what we'll be doing is adding on the $10,000 per deal times 12 plus the 68, which is giving us $188,000. Okay, that is your how much commission is generated after Real is paid its cap using their split. Now we'll deduct the $750, and now you're looking at $187,250. Okay, that is after paying no monthly fees, the only fee of $750 throughout the year, paying $12,000 in cap. Okay, then you add in the free stock you get for capping, which is 150 shares. Last I looked, they were trading at $2.44, which adds on another $366 if my math is correct. So you now for the year have gotten 150 stocks for free and $187,250. That is Agent A's commission for the year. Okay, that is not including any revenue share they may have gained, which we'll add on after. Now, Agent B. Agent B is on an 80-20. It's doing the same 20 deals with the same average commission check of $10,000. Each check will be $8,000 after the split. So for that agent to cap with that $20,000 cap, it'll be 10 deals. So those 10 deals will equate to, in their pocket, you're looking at $80,000. So $80,000 at that point, that agent will have paid their $20,000 cap. Okay, the $80,000, then you have the remaining 10 deals getting the full $10,000. You'll be at $100,000. You will be at $180,000. So now the $180,000 has to be deducted by the transactional fees. The transactional fees, 500 times 20 deals is another $10,000. So now you're at $170,000. That's not including the monthly dues. So the monthly dues of $150 times 12 is 1,800. So now you're taking 170,000 minus the, so that's 1,700. You're at $168,300. That right there is what agent B is ending with. Now, do you see where the differences start to take place? Okay, agent B doesn't own any stock and is making less money doing the same production as agent A. Now, let's introduce agent C. Agent C is at 100% company. Okay? Agent C is paying $7.95 per transaction for the 20 deals. That's $15.9. So $15.9 doing 20 deals at 10,000 minus 15.9 is 184, right? So we see here whether you are in a traditional model or 100% model paying all those transaction fees, you're still making more money here at Real Agent A, like Agent A. Now, let's bring in the true compounding, because the truth is every agent that is producing will garner attention and somebody will ask them about that company, and the likelihood is you'll be able to attract people to the company that you are a part of. Okay, so let's assume that let's keep it very realistic, and let's say 3 agents come to the company that you're at because you have influenced them to do so. Agent A, Agent B, and Agent C. Okay? Now, Agent B and Agent C are not at a company that offers some level of revenue share, which is the direct revenue that the agent is bringing to the company that that agent that brought them in is entitled to. But Agent A at Real does. So they're getting 5% of the amount of income and commissions that they're generating the company, and that is $4,000 per person. So let's assume they brought 3 people in. 2 of those people are full cappers. 1 of them is a half capper. Okay, you get up to $4,000 per person that caps. Okay. So now we're going to add on the figure that we had before, and then we're going to add 4,000 for one of the agents cap, the second agent that cap, that's 8,000, and then we're going to add $2,000. So they had $10,000. Okay? Now you had $10,000. Now you add that into the figure that we said originally. Now do you see the difference what just year 1 looks like? Okay? Now let's bring up what the differences are for year 2. Now let's bring the total of year 2 and year 1, adding in the revenue share again for Agent A. Now let's jump to year 5. Let's jump to year 5. How much is the total amount of money that Agent A has made, Agent B has made here, and Agent C has made here? Here's the total amount of commissions that are made by each agent. This is what 5 years in a model like Real has different. Where do you want to be?